This battle.
What a pleasure. High hopes for this battle between these two athletes. They have no respect for each other's punching power. Good counter punch. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. There's a counter shot. That left-handed jab doesn't quite score. Punch, counter punch. Which one of these athletes is going to be the first to go down? They exchange punches. Catch and shoot. A counter fighter relies a lot on their instincts and reaction time. You've got to get in there quick to punch your opponent before he gets his fist back to block.
They have got great ring IQ. Counter punches are the best.
These two are the perfect dance partners.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I got to respect both of them. More than happy.
When are we going to see a jab from these two? Beautiful counter punch. That counter punch caught him clean. And he just missed with that left jab. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about TF. On to the second round. They've got all the momentum on their side after that last round. Let's see what they do here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
When you're fighting a counterpuncher, the feint can be such a good weapon. Pretend you're going to punch, make the counterpuncher throw a punch, and then you counter them.
If you're fighting a counterpuncher, you've got to dummy a shot. Make them react from that, then react then. I know it's hard to think that way, but counterpunchers, they're watching your every move, that every twitch.
And he wasn't ready for that counterpunch. Time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. And he scores with the counter. He threw a punch and just got countered. Tough to be a judge in this fight as both fighters have had their big moments.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
The bravery being shown here is just incredible. A perfect counter lands. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. We wanted action, and they are giving us action. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Teofimo Lopez that last round. Pretty dominant round there. Let's see how they respond here in the next round. Here we go in round three. Who's going to land the first big shot? Last round, complete domination. Let's see what we have in store for us here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
How about that time counter shot? on, tell these two that they can be defensive for a minute if they want to. Nice counter. Big shots from both of these fighters. Got to be careful, though. Beautiful counter shot. Nice counter shot. Well done with that counter shot. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. In this division, both fighters will constantly be on their toes trying to punch and counterpunch.
Sometimes when you get in there with someone that's so powerful, you've got to outthink him. You've just got to be smarter than him. You've got to be like a little Fagin and pickpocket him.
Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Teofimo Lopez in that last round. Well, we know they've got the advantage so far, but how does this match get turned around? Here we go to the fourth round. That last round was huge for him, Johnny. How does he keep the momentum going?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. That counter shot lands. They both want the knockout. Those counter punches have to hurt. One punch could change everything in this battle. Nice counter shot. You know, with lightweights, these guys are going to be lightning quick.
You've got to be courageous when you get in there with someone that's bigger, stronger, and faster. You've just got to use brain there.
This has been a very competitive round between these two.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Walk away from each other and then run right back into trouble. Nice counter punch right up the middle. Good counter punching. Perfect counter shot. Unlucky to miss with that jab. Oh, and it's flashing lights for the flash here. He's got to get out of trouble. Let's talk about Teofimo Lopez that last round. That was almost a 10-8 round. Complete dominance. There's the bell for round 5. Coming off that great round, let's see if they can build on momentum here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Swing and a miss with the left uppercut. Counter punch. Those counter punches have to hurt. How do they use this fighter's aggression against them?
I've seen some aggressive fighters like this, and they are a nightmare. If you are not fit, that is the worst place to be, having second thoughts in the ring.
That punch scores. Shot. It's all offense all the time. You've heard the phrase, finding a second win. I don't think I need to tell you which one of these fighters needs to find it.
What can they change? Can they slow the pace down? Can they hope to knock them out early? What can they do? They've got to concentrate and relax. Because you know what you can do in the gym, you can do it in a fight. They've got to relax.
They are giving us a high-tempo show. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Teofimo Lopez in that last round. After what we saw in that... There's the bell to start round 6. This fight has been very one-sided. What are we going to have in this round?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
That counter punch caught him clean. A perfect counter shot. Right now, the Flash is seeing flashes after that shot. How did they survive that?
Green Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
That counter shot lands. Swing and a miss with that jab. Halfway through the round and it's pretty much even Steven.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
He threw a punch and just got countered. Can't land the jab there. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. With that jab. How about that time counter shot? You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Teofimo. Here comes round 7. That round was complete domination. Let's see if we can shake things up here in this round.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
They know the second they touch you, it's done. They're that powerful.
There's a counter shot. You can't throw out a lazy jab in this fight. You're going to get knocked out. Nice counter punch right up the middle. Throws the jab, but it doesn't score. What a round so far as we've reached the halfway point.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Beautiful counter shot. Here we go with the lightweights. Get ready to see some blazing hand speed and fancy footwork.
When you have a fight that's got that great footwork and that great hand speed, it's so hard. It's an uphill battle.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Nice counter. Both men step back for just a moment. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Let's talk talk about team. And we enter the 8th round. Coming off that fantastic last round, let's see if he can keep his momentum going.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Catch and shoot. You can tell who's stronger and who's faster. That counter punch caught him clean. There's no doubt that this fighter's power can change the fight around in an instant. You can't afford to make one single minor mistake.
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you hit and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
A real good back and forth between these two fighters.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Couldn't land that jab. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Those counter punches have to hurt. These two fighters are made for one another. A perfect counter lands. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Some might have thought it was...